Hello there, I was in Luvosi Stocks. That's my nickname. Oh, Luvosi Mawashe. You can see my name right there. And this webinar, I'm here to talk about the benefits of cash flow in a company on NASDAQ. Now, before I go on, allow me to thank my mentors, Robert Kiyosaki, who wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And also, I'd love to thank Timothy Sykes, who wrote the foreword to the book of the penny stock course. And finally, I'd love to thank Matthew Crater, who wrote the book Rocket Stocks. And you can find all their books on Amazon Kindle. Now, in this video, we're going to talk about the benefits of cash flow in a NASDAQ company. And then at the end of the video, we're going to have a demonstration of the Rocket Booster strategy. So let's get into it. In today's fast-paced financial market, understanding the importance of cash flow is crucial, especially for companies listed on NASDAQ, because a positive cash flow can bring numerous benefits and significantly impact stock performance. Now, let's dive into the specifics in this presentation. So, what is cash flow? All right, what is cash flow? Cash flow refers to the movement of money, which means the money will go into and out of the company because it represents the net amount of cash generated or depleted during a specific period, which means that understanding cash flow, cash inflows and outflows is essential for effective financial management. So you need to look at cash flow as basically the health of the company, the health of the health of the business. Okay, so cash flow is the health of the company, the health of the business. So it's very important you look into cash flow. And now let's look at the importance of cash flow. Now, having a strong cash flow is fundamental for financial health of a company because it allows businesses to maintain operations, which means that businesses will be able to invest in growth opportunities and meet financial obligations, because cash flow stability ensures resilience even during economic downturns. And this is what you want to do, when you are trying to buy a stock, when you're trying to trade a stock option, you really want to use cash flow. And this is very important, and this is something that I really learned from my mentor Robert Kiyosaki as well. Even people like who invest in real estate, people like Grant Cardone, he always talks about cash flow. Real estate investors always talk about cash flow. People like Ken McElroy as well, who's a real estate investor, they all talk about cash flow. So remember, this cash flow is very important because when you have cash flow, you're able to meet those growth opportunities. You're able to maintain the operations of the business. A cash flow as well, it allows you to meet financial obligations. Also, cash flow stability ensures the resilience even during economic downturns. So that's the importance of cash flow. So let's look at the top three benefits of positive cash flow. All right. So on the screen, you see the top three benefits of positive cash flow. So number one we'll see is flexibility and growth, because positive cash flow offers businesses the freedom to seize opportunities, which means they will be able to expand operations and invest in innovative projects, which means that they will also be able to drive long term growth, because cash flow is also used for number two, which is debt management, which means that a healthy cash flow enables companies to manage their debt effectively, because when they manage their debt effectively, they'll be able to reduce the interest expenses, which means that when they reduce the interest expenses, they are improving their financial standing, because the benefits of positive cash flow also give increased investor confidence, which means that positive cash flow signals a well-managed company with the ability to generate consistent profits, because when a company is able to fulfill its financial obligations, it means that they'll be able to attract investors and boost market confidence. So again, remember the top three benefits of positive cash flow in a company, especially on NASDAQ, which is number one, they offer cash flow offers flexibility and growth. Number two, it offers debt management, which helps improve a company's financial standing. And number three, it offers cash flow, offers increased investor confidence, which means that company is able to fulfill its financial obligations, and it is able to generate consistent profits. Let's look at the impact of cash flow on stock performance. So there is an impact of cash flow on stock performance, which means that which means that the impact will give you three impacts. All right. Number one impact is the rise in stock performance. Number two impact is the dividend payouts. And number three is the reduced volatility, because rising stock performance allows companies with robust cash flow to exhibit a stronger stock performance, which means that they will be able to attract investors who recognize the financial stability and growth potential. Uh, this impact of cash flow also means that the company will give positive cash flow and allow the company to distribute positive dividend payments, which reward shareholders and enhance stock market appeal, because a steady cash flow reveals that it is steady, because a steady cash flow reveals the buffer against market volatility, which means that this cash flow will provide a minimal stock price fluctuations and sustain investor trust. All right, so you really need to understand the impact of cash flow on the stock performance, because this impact to allow you to understand the rising stock performance, the dividend payouts, and the reduced uh, volatility. This is very, very important to remember. Again, at the end of this presentation, I am going to show you a demonstration of the rocket booster strategy and a stock which I believe I recommend will give you some form of cash flow, whether you're trading options or you're just trading without options. So it'll give you something to be happy about. I'll give you a demonstration of the rocket booster strategy. Now we have three case studies here of companies on NASDAQ. Okay, so the first company we have is Amazon. All right, we have Amazon, which is the first company. And then the second one we have is Tesla. And then finally, we have Apple. Okay, so these are just examples of companies that may have had good financial standings in the past or in the future. So basically, we're not saying these companies have good cash flow. I'm definitely not saying they have positive cash flow, but you know, in the past they've had good earnings. All right. So it obviously depends with the type of earnings that you are looking for, whether it is to buy or sell. All right. So again, it's really up to you on what you are looking for. But at the end of this video, I have a demonstration of a company on NASDAQ, which I feel will be a good recommendation to buy. So I'm not recommending that you buy or sell any of these companies. I just want you to know that these are the case studies of companies on NASDAQ, because Amazon has a strong focus on cash flow management and has paved the way for sustainable growth and expanded product lines and strategic acquisitions. Also, because Tesla's positive cash flow has been a key driver behind its ability to innovate and invest technology, which means that they are able to expand charging infrastructure and solidify their leadership in electrical vehicle market. Also, Apple is as well a case study for Nasdaq companies with cash flow, because Apple's consistent positive cash flow allows them to finance research and development, which means they're able to acquire smaller companies and maintain their position as an industry leader in consumer electronics. And that's the these are just the companies. But at the end of the presentation, I do have a case study of what's current right now that I, believe, could be, a good company to buy, and it will just be a recommendation. So, in conclusion, cash flow is the lifeblood of a company on NASDAQ, because its positive impact on a company's financial volatility and stock performance and ability to seize growth opportunities, which means it cannot be underestimated. Which also means that understanding and effectively managing cash flow is essential, because this will give the company long-term success. So now let's get into the rocket booster strategy. All right. So this is the company that I am watching right now as of this recording. So the first thing is, this is called the 10-day moving average, and this is the 360-day moving average. So from a long-term standpoint, you can see that the performance since January of last year, 2023, the stock has been definitely going up. So in this case, the 10-day moving average crossed the 365-day moving average, and you can see that the price is above the 10-day moving average. Also, the price is above the 365-day moving average. So that is the rocket booster strategy in hindsight. Okay, so I think this is a good stock to buy, and not only because it is a good buy, but it has very, very good cash flow. Okay, they've had a very, very good cash flow, and this is the rocket booster strategy. Very powerful strategy, something I've been it took me 7 years to learn, and I'm here to share it with you. And there you go. So also you can also look at the news as well to help you determine whether a stock is a good buy. So thanks to TradingView, where you have breaking news. So here you have China's Our Palm jumps on tie up with Nvidia in AI applications. Nvidia's record gains lead Korean AI chip stocks upwards. Okay, so let's look at this breaking news as we end this presentation, as we draw close to the end of this presentation. So, as the US chip stock Nvidia Corp closed at a record high on Monday, South Korean AI chip stocks also saw upswings early Tuesday morning, which means that the shares in SK Hynix Inc. Rose 1.4% as of 9:40 a.m. on Tuesday, with a 5.78% jump in ISU Patsy's core shares because NASDAQ listed tech stocks also had strong reactions to the move, with ISC core jumping 7.94%, which means that the gains in the domestic stock market come as Nvidia share hit a record high after an announcement on Monday that the US chip maker will mass produce a range of AI chips for China in the second quarter of 2024, which means that Nvidia shares rose by 6.43% after this news. So this breaking news is very important to read through and just get a reason as that of why the price was above the 10-day or 50-day moving average. So remember the rocket booster strategy. It's a very easy strategy to remember. Where is that? Okay, so the rocket booster strategy is very easy to remember. So remember, the price has to be above the 50-day moving average, represented by this blue line. And number one, number two, the price has to be above the 200-day moving average, represented by this red line. Um, and then number three, the 50-day moving average should cross the 200-day moving average, which will give you a buy indicator here. And also try to consider the cash flow position of a company like we discussed in the previous presentation. So I would love to thank you so much for watching this video. Please allow me to protect my reputation and give a disclaimer by stating that you should not buy what I tell you to buy, do not sell what I tell you to sell. Do your own research before you buy or sell anything. I hope you enjoyed this video. You take care, trade safely, and this is Luwasi Stocks signing out. Until next time, bye bye.